Men have just as many confidence issues as women. And men, a lot of times they have their style a lot of times on point if they're professional men, but when it comes to dating or business casual, that's where things kind of fall apart.
Everyone, I'm Cindy V. King. I am a relationship and dating coach in Vancouver, BC for executives and high achiever. And today we have a very special guest, and her name is LANI Grass, and she runs a backstage company that helps your first impression. So LANI, I want you to welcome you to my channel.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yes, so I'm a professional image and confidence coach. So at the core of what I do is I help people dress and speak the words to attract what they want. A lot of times this has to do with single people.
Great. And today is such an important topic just because a lot of people really struggle with their image and they don't know what to wear on their date. And LANI is going to give you a lot of tips today regarding about the first thing I want you to do is actually hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because that's going to promote her to give you a lot of these tips on paper, that it's a checklist that you can grab and go to the shopping mall, and you don't have to stress out about it when you are shopping. All right, LANI, I do have a question for you. So what is the biggest problem that you encounter when working with male clients?
Okay, male clients. So it's interesting, the fact is that men have just as many confidence issues as women. And men, a lot of times they have their style a lot of times on point if they're professional men, but when it comes to dating or business casual, that's where things kind of fall apart. That's what they don't know. They don't know how to do that. They can just do the business and everything else not really on point. So that's the main thing that I find all across the board when I work with men, is that they need help with what to wear on a date, what to wear for business casual and still look really good, look successful, and look confident.
That is so true, because you know what? I have gone dates with guys wearing crop top at one point. So I appreciate you coming on my channel, because I need there's a lot of guys out there don't know how to dress a shirt, right?
Yes.
So what about, okay, let's get into like the hair, the glasses, the footwear. What do you recommend?
Okay. So let's start with the fact that not all men are created equal, just like us women. Okay. So you do have to take in consideration your age and your body type, whether you're pretty fit, what you can get away with a little bit more as far as fashion range, or if you're trying to disguise a little tummy, which is pretty common. There's ways to do that as well. What you need to remember is that to look confident and to attract the opposite sex, which is what we're talking about here, right, Cindy, mainly?
Yes.
You need to look like you don't try so hard. Like you need to look like you know what you're doing. So there's like a finesse of style.
Yes.
So can I share one thing that I have shown a lot of men that, it's just an acronym that I use when tucking in a shirt, like how to wear a shirt. Okay, one of the misconceptions that I find when I work with men is that, when they wear a t-shirt, they just throw a t-shirt on and they just put it over their jeans, and then there you go, right? A lot of times it's too baggy or it's too tight or whatever, but that's kind of like it. So what I teach, one of the things I can do is teach you a formula called the PB&J, like the sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so imagine throwing on a comfortable t-shirt, like a long sleeve shirt, like this time of year, and a decent fabric, nothing too crazy, let's just say it's solid color, and you have on proper fitting jeans, not ones that come too high on the waist, but just the ones that fit just right, okay? So what you want to do with this shirt is just put it on, and then, so PB&J, right? So push up the sleeves, 3/4 Just push up the sleeves. Don't ever like wear it down and look like just you pull it off the rack. So it's going to pull it up, and then you belt your pants. Okay, so put on a nice belt, not just a nice leather belt, and then jam your shirt into your pants, but not in the way that you don't jam in all the way around and pull it tight. What you want to do is just lightly tuck, like right behind the belt, like on the side. And so it's what you call like a half tuck. So push up the sleeve, belt the pants, and then jam the shirt ever so slightly, just a little bit in the front. And if you're interested in a picture, I can't really show a picture right now, but if you Google the half tuck, that would be half tuck men's. Google half tuck men's, and then you'll take a look at what I'm talking about, okay? And that is that's a great way to wear like a shirt that's kind of a soft fabric in a way that looks like, yeah, I just kind of threw this on. I know what I'm doing. You know, like it's the nuances and the details of how you wear your clothes that make it's a good impression.
It's true. It's true. It's so important. I pretty much think that a lot of men would totally appreciate that tip, because I find that a lot of men do like, the one tuck with the one hand just goes in and they walk out the door. It's like showing the pocket, but everything else slanted. It's like, what's going on here? Are you trying to do a drape here? Like, I'm a little confused.
Or if you tuck it really tight in all the way around, that's a no-no. Also, that's never attractive.
Yeah, that looks like a bodysuit.
Yeah, never, ever. That just screams dork. Never. Seriously, this is just, I'm trying to help you.
We're not trying to criticize you, man.
We're not.
We're here. We got two women here just to help you out with wonderful things. And we want you to be successful out there. And first impression, you can't make that first impression. You literally have 3 seconds to make a first impression. And even though at the end of the day, you need to dress to impress and to be successful anyways. So really take notes here, and I'll definitely leave a link on about LANI and how to contact her a little bit more detail, but she's also going to give us a checklist, what needs to be like the basic wardrobe. And, going back to what we were talking about, just not only talking about footwear, what about glasses and hair? I think those are a really important factor if you want to talk about that.
Yes. Before I go into that, I want to say something else super important. Okay. Because a lot of men really they like to work on their bodies, right? Yes. So let's just go back to the crop top date you had. Could have been that the guy wanted to show off his body, because when they work out, they have under the impression that they should wear shirts that show off more skin, which can translate to being strange. It's the same reason sometimes a really fit guy will tuck in a shirt really tight in the pants and belt it, thinking they're showing off their body. But we can tell. Girls can tell. Women can tell if you're fit or not. You do not have to dress to show off your body, because if you're dressing just to do that, you're going to come across like you're trying too hard, and it's probably going to come across as strange looking. So don't let that be your guide. Trust me, we can tell if you've been working out, right? Yeah. Do you agree with that, Cindy?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's dressing according to your body type and not to what you call today's trend, like boho or like, the hip hop kind of look, or, what you wear in high school,
muscle shirts,
or or like booty shorts that's not really appropriate for dates, things like that, or like the half pants going down the between the butt crack kind of thing, the plumber bum. Exactly. I totally see there's a huge, and it turns people off, let alone like your date.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so remember that it's really all about just you looking comfortable and confident. Don't try too hard. You're going to look like you're trying too hard, and it's never attractive.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so keep that in mind. So let's talk about hair a little bit. So one of the easy things that you can do to update your hair, let's just say okay, let me give you a couple scenarios. I do work with a lot of older men as well. Let's say you don't have a lot of hair. You have have a receding hairline, or maybe you don't have a lot of hair up here and you have some on the side. And instead of, and so you're trying to work with what you have left over, but it really at that point, if you don't have hardly anything up here, you really should just go full on and shave your head, or go and shave it to number 1 and bring it right down there if you can't go full shave. Okay. Because it's distracting. Do you agree, Cindy?
Yes.
When they asked for your real woman feedback on here, to have this tuft around your ears, right?
Yeah.
It's just better to go, you'll just look like you'll look a lot more confident if you'll just take it down to a 1 or just shave it off. If you have great hair, one thing you can do, especially if you have quite a bit on top, is you can cut your hair. Go to the salon, go to the barber, and I'm sure different barbers call it different things, but it's really a short trim. It's really short on the side, going all the way up, and it tapers and it's longer on the top. So it's not like a pompadour exactly, the old days of pompadour. Yeah. It's not that much unless you have that much hair and you're going for that look. It's just a little more fuller. There's more hair on the top, but it's definitely shorter and then fades at the very top here. Now that's like, if you do that, that instantly updates your look. I don't care how old you are. Almost every man can wear that if you have hair.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't, obviously without seeing them, I can't advise them, but that haircut looks good on almost everybody.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I have guys out there who like try to cut their own hair, and they would go buy their little buzzer and like buzz it on the side and totally mess it up. Like it doesn't work really well.
Yeah.
Or they're buying the wrong hair products that's like making you look even more greasier. Your hair doesn't look like it's been washed for decades.
Yeah. So the thing that's attractive to women too is that you care, that you take some effort to, what you look like. And we don't want your hair to be so greasy and structured that we can't run our fingers through your hair.
Yes.
It's okay to put some product in it, but it should never be so greasy and hard looking that it just is not inviting, right?
Yes.
To me?
Yes. And I totally agree with you. Even the concept, like if men are like kind of balding in that aspect, I have seen men where they grow their hair to the side and then they flipped it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's not attractive, especially if you're going in a swimming pool.
No, don't do that. That's why I say, if you don't have a whole lot of hair on the top, and you may not be comfortable in going right to full on shave, even though you kind of think you probably should, and people have maybe mentioned it, just go to a 1, so it's super short, and then eventually just shave it all off and you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Because that's really the best way to deal with that.
I totally agree with you. What's your thought about men with gray hair? Do you think it's a new sexy thing right now and just keep it, or dye it?
Or should they dye it? I think it's, interestingly, I think that men look great with gray hair. As long as they know it's a nice haircut.
Yes.
Okay, so gray hair, super awesome. Don't fight it, but get that great haircut. It makes all the difference in the world. It can look very sexy, but you have to look like it's intentional.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. I say keep the gray hair, and and it's in trend right now.
Yeah.
Because the gray hair is all about being wiser and smarter. So I think you should show it off. I don't really think dyeing it makes a big factor at all. So
no, not at all. Just keep it. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Get regular haircuts. Yeah, great question.
No, I totally appreciate you answering that. So what about glasses? I know like I'm wearing my glasses just
I like those glasses.
Just today that, you put it out there. What about glasses?
Yeah. Glasses are, it's such a personal thing. And I'll tell you, when I work with male clients and female clients, I actually go glass shopping with them, so that I can help them pick something out. Because sometimes they'll, don't be tempted to go into an optometry office and go, oh, I like this, I've always worn this. Like, do not go with just what you've always worn.
Yes.
Glasses are style, they're an accessory. They should change, right? You should ask them, here's what you should do is say, I really want an updated look.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, make some recommendations, what's selling right now, what's on trend that would look good with my face.
Mm-hmm.
And try them on. And take pictures, take selfies, and take a look at what it actually looks like, okay? You may not be comfortable in trying something new, but I would highly recommend to try something new. I mean, if you're only getting glasses every 2-3 years, then you should be switching your frames up. If you're wearing the same type of glasses that you wore 10 years ago, stop it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's not, right? Glasses are a fashion statement. Here's the other thing. Here's another hot tip. If you're cutting your hair really short and you're shaving your hair, even if you don't hardly need prescription, if you start wearing glasses, that's going to look hot.
Yes.
Right? Cool, trendy glasses and no hair is a very chic look.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally 100% agree with you. I have more than one pair of glasses and I use them as accessories.
Yes.
And it makes you look smarter and more sophisticated. Not a dork or a nerd. If you're a dork and nerd, you put tape in between and one to the side. That's a turn off.
Yeah.
For a lot of women, or like your glasses like broken, and you definitely want to keep up to date. And it depends on your face size and your face shape, I should say.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. I would never ever recommend buying glasses online because like you were saying, you have to try them on because you don't know. And I know that a lot of men out there, they get intimidated by going to a store.
Yes.
Right. And that's where you come in and you go in there and there's another woman can give an opinion on it, like yourself.
Right. But here's the thing. In a store, you have to be careful of the words that you say to the clerk, because if you act like you know exactly what you want, they may not make any recommendations because they're just trying to please you. That's their job, is to sell you glasses that you want.
Yes.
So you need to ask, so what's on trend? I want to update my look. What do you think you could recommend for my face shape? And be open to the suggestion. And then they can serve you a lot better. Okay.
Yeah. I totally 100% agree. I find that like, glasses in general makes you attractive. Where it actually turns off is maybe sunglasses. If you're especially I talked about this on my online dating profile, is like having sunglasses on like a first impression is not a good thing. Just because it looks like you're hiding, you're actually intimidating other people that you're wearing shades. Do you not agree with that?
That's a great point. Yes. Because the whole thing about dating is making a connection. If you want a second date, don't show up wearing glasses on the first one. And, try to have a meeting with somebody with glasses on. It looks like you're half there.
Yes.
Especially, it's kind of the same thing as like if you're looking at your phone and just waiting and answering texts as they come in. It's kind of like I'm not really that into you. I don't really care about having connection with you. That's just it's a nonverbal, a strong nonverbal.
Yeah.
Totally, great point.
No, and I totally appreciate you touching base on it. Remember that the eyes is the soul.
Yes.
And if you want a soul connection, you make sure that they can see your eye color.
Yes. And to see if they're looking at you. I mean, women want to see, we want to see your eyes. We want to see if you're looking at us, if you're interested in what we're saying, right?
Yeah, it's totally true. So thank you so much for telling us about the glasses, and it's such an important point.
Yes.
A lot of people do ask about. What about footwear? This is my favorite topic, just because I have gone on dates with guys with crappy shoes and it's torn and the bottom has holes, and they say, well, I just use it to take out garbage. Should they keep those things? Like, what's your thought on this? Like, I really want you to go ahead.
Okay.
On the shoes part.
Okay. So if you take out garbage, if you have shoes that you take out, my husband has shoes that he takes garbage in, but he wears them only at home. He would never wear them anywhere else. Never. Those don't leave your house. So have some respect if you're going out in the community, going on a date. Wear something that looks nice. Shoes tell a story. Okay. So if you look like you wear the same shoes with everything, it looks the impression is that you don't really give any thought. You don't really care. And that's not the impression that you want to give. I'm not saying you have to have a whole closet full of shoes, but you should have, for instance, okay, here's a faux pas that let's call it a pet peeve, is when a guy wears shorts and then he's wearing sneakers with like socks that come up on his calves or to his knees. You know, when you wear shorts, you have to be careful with the shoes that you wear. And typically, especially if you're going on a date and you're wearing shorts, like say khaki shorts, you should be wearing shoes, something like a slip-on style, and your socks shouldn't show. It's a lot chic and it's a lot more attractive. It looks a lot more on trend if your socks don't show. So they have those low-rise socks. They call them knot socks. A lot of department stores sell them, like Nordstrom. Mm-hmm. And they're right in the sock. They're kind of close to the register, and you slip them on, and they keep your feet from feeling sweaty, but they don't show. They're your slip-ons. Mm-hmm. So you can do leather slip-on shoes. What do they call those? Topsiders, and they come in all different sizes. You know what topsiders are, Cindy?
Yeah.
So they come in different sizes. They come in leather. They could be dyed leather. They could come in canvas. That's the kind of thing that you wear with shorts, but also you can wear them with pants, like casual pants as well. Mm-hmm. It's also a great look. Okay. There's in the winter time, like I know, like right now, I'm in Portland and you're in Canada. It's still chilly outside, so maybe we're not going sockless right now. But there's all kinds of shoes that you can wear. Like what's really on trend is like the leather shoe that kind of ties up the front, kind of like a boot. Yeah. It's a little chunkier, more masculine look. Like that's a great shoe to wear for going out, casual jeans, colored denim, like khaki pants. That's the kind of shoe you wear with that. If you're going out for, of course, business, we're not going to go too much into the business dress because that's not really where we have the most problem. We're going to really talk about business casual or dating attire. Yeah. Okay. So just sticking to something that's just, if you haven't bought updated shoes in the last year, and you need to go shopping. Let's just say that. Just because they haven't fallen apart doesn't mean they're okay. Yes. That's just, that's a blanket statement for you.
I really like that. Not because I don't enjoy watching men go shopping, and it's more like, let's get an update. And I have seen men where they wear certain shoes that they really like, and they buy another pair, exactly the same one.
Yes.
And I'm just like, you know what? No, just go find another one. Here's the minimum. What's your minimum shoes for a man should own?
Let's see. They should have, so your athletic shoes.
Yes.
You have nice athletic. Okay, so gym shoes, athletic shoes for when you're wearing athletic, shorts and you're running around and there's that look, nice athletic. So that's 2. Dress shoes, that's 3, probably in 2 different colors. So that's 4, like a black and a brown. Like a boot, a nice boot, like I was discussing, something that laces up, you can wear for casual. That's 5, and then a nice slip-on. So probably 6 pairs. You should have 6 pairs in your closet.
Perfect. No, I really like that number, because there's guys out there are just wearing 1 pair of shoe and they wear it to the ground. And then they keep it as a souvenir thing, and they forgot that they actually had a hole in it, and you go on a date with it, and you're like, come on, bro.
Yeah. So don't think we don't notice.
Yeah.
We notice. We won't say anything doesn't mean we don't notice.
Yes.
So it's not that we're trying to be, we're not trying to be judgmental, but like you said, it's all nonverbals that speak about how much you care about yourself.
Yeah.
How much effort you put into thinking about what you even wear.
It's true. And I totally agree with you with that aspect, just because, I teach in my program, I talk about clearly, if your business is a hot mess, so is your personal life. And if you have wearing holes in your shoes, what does your bank account looks like? Right.
Right.
So it's a sort of same, like, that trait that you carry on, right?
Right.
So it doesn't matter at the end of the day, but I think it's taking care of yourself is really important, and making the first impression. Like I said, we talk about it. You can't do that again, and just because you didn't make the time out of the year just to go and update your shoes and things like that, it just helps you to build more confidence. And when people notice your shoes, your glass, your hair, you're like, wow, this is very empowering. It's not because we're all material. You can still work on a budget. We're not saying go and
Yes.
spend like, a Louis Vuitton like shoes and a loafer in that area. We're not saying that. We're just saying that keep it up to date, keep it clean, keep it chic. And the longer that you can take care of your footwear and your glasses and your hair, your relationship, that's how you're going to take care of your relationship too, and your dates, right? Do you not agree with me, LANI?
Absolutely. Because if it looks like you don't care about yourself,
Yeah.
and it kind of tells a woman that you don't know very well that you don't really care that much in general.
Yeah.
That's not attractive.
No, it's not.
It's not when you're dating and you're making a first impression, you're online, even your photos online.
Yeah.
I mean, women will try to size up, just like men try to size up about a woman. When a woman go a little deeper, when we look at pictures, we look at things. We try to figure out your character. It's not all about your look, right? Do you think that's true, Cindy? You're a dating expert.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's all about sizing up and what makes you different from the person next to you, right? So how do you do that? That's the same thing when we talk about the business landing page. If your business landing page, you can't collect clients. And it's the same thing for business as well, right? So
Exactly.
if you can't make that first impression right away, I'm sorry, you're going to lose out on a customer as well, and not as well on dating. So I really appreciate a lot of men who go out there and really keep it up. And you can be that one too, right? So you can be part of that upcoming, better dates and better successful relationships, just because you just go and update a few things in your wardrobe, and that's all it really takes. And
Absolutely.
I know that spring and summer is coming up. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encourages me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have an ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.